Welcome to Hoodies, the podcast. We go deep with the blast.
Are we back? 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 Yerp, what's going on? I want to welcome you all back to another dope-ass episode of Hoodies the Podcast. It's your uncle, the God Rashidi, fresh off a decent workout. Yo, man, I think you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and work on my dad bod. Word, yeah, I said it. No, don't get me wrong. I work out 3 times a week. You know, I seriously work on, my core, speed rope, hitting the bag, keeping that muscle memory, throwing them hands, some slips, this, that, and the third, my little dance around. But yeah, man, I want to transform my dad bod, though. So don't get me wrong, I got the dad bod, but I still beat some ass. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I want to transform the dad bod. Check it out, man. I can't even believe I'm doing this. But yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. There I go. It's your uncle. Word up. You know what I mean? I'm a transform the dad bod. I want a 6-pack. You know what I mean? I want a 6-pack. I want a 6-pack. I ain't had a 6-pack since I was in the military. I just, you know what I mean? I want a 6-pack. You know what I mean? I want that. You know what I mean? I want that. Anyway, I can do non-means all day, whatever. Anyway, so listen, welcome back to Hoodies the Podcast. I'm your uncle, the God Rashidi, with a message right here. Listen. Dear TSA. Dear TSA. Here's a tip on how you can improve your etiquette. How about, sir, if you could pull up your pants with one hand while extending your other hand so I can scan you? Like this, sir. Because I know your belt's on a conveyor belt being scanned. Or, my man, I need you, can you pull your pants up for me, bro? You can just hold it with one hand, hold the other hand out. Let me go and take care of that. I know your belt's on the conveyor joint trying to get scanned. I'm saying this because pull your pants up. That don't work for me. Well, I'm probably being a little extreme, but pull your pants up. You pull your pants up? I don't like that. That don't work for me. It's kind of disrespectful. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm guessing I look a little young for my age, so, you know what I mean? I probably look like the type of dude that you can say things like that and get away with. I'm a peaceful guy. Maybe you think I'm younger. Maybe you think I'm the type of dude that won't respond. You know what I'm saying? And courthouses do that too. You know what I'm saying? When you go in a courthouse or whatever. Right? I mean, I'll never understand like how you can watch a man put his belt on that tray and this, along with his wallet and such and all this stuff and put it through that tray and go through security and then still be, hey, pull your pants up. It must be because I'm guessing I look young for my age. I'm 47, I'll be 48 in July. Pull your pants up. Pull your pants. It's always in like they're frustrated. They must think I'm one of these young dudes. I remember a while back I had to tell this portly white man at the airport. He was like, pull your pants up. This little frustrated tone like he been saying that to little niggas all day. You know what I mean? I was like, listen, man. I had to tell him, I changed my diet. I changed my diet, so I lost weight. So my pants are kind of big on me right now. But I was like, is this how you talk to men? Is this how you talk to grown men? Is that what you do? I was expecting a little bit more pushback, but yo, listen. This white man was with this raspy voice. You're absolutely right, sir. I apologize, sir. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm just saying, TSA and courthouses, tighten up your etiquette. End of letter. Sincerely, Rashidi Asheki Boomba. Word. This is What Are They Not Saying? I'm sorry. What are you not saying? So I'm gonna start that off by asking, why does the diaspora play these games when we know what time it is? Why we always asking dumb questions? Why they give Malik life and only get a white boy 2 years? That type of talk. If George Floyd was white, that shit wouldn't have popped off like that. If those people that rushed the White House or whatever that was, if they was black, them niggas would have been cut down. They just would have been cut the fuck down. If this was a white school, it would have more funding. If that was a black woman talking to the cops like that, they would have killed her. Shout out to the spirit of Sandra Bland. The NFL ain't got no black owners and no black coaches. Even though it's their fucking league. Sure, it's nothing without us, but shit, we should either start our own shit or shut the fuck up. We ask all these questions. If this, if that. Why ask these questions when we know the fucking answers? We know the answers. Listen, whether we care to admit it or not, whether we care to acknowledge it or just face the fact or not, and it don't matter where you from in the diaspora, there's an agenda. Nah, this ain't all that woke talk that some of you are tired of, and even I'm tired of. I'm getting tired of. No, but there is in fact an agenda. And praying it away, just not gonna happen. Okay, ain't no praying it away. Ain't no debating it away. That's our reality, whether we like it or not, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. It's our reality. How are we shocked when things happen? You know what I'm saying? It's like we stay in this complaining phase when most of us know what the fuck it is. In fact, that's the design. To just sit around feeling helpless, complaining all the time. We stay complaining, stay praying. You know what I'm saying? We see our brother Malcolm, brother Martin, Chairman Fred. We see them get cut down. Matter of fact, every time something like that happens, and listen, all of us are Malcolm, all of us are Martin, all of us are Chairman Fred, all of us are Assata Shakur, in our own way. Every time a brother and or sister gets cut down, that's a retrain. That's a retrain saying, stay the fuck down. Get down or lay down. Stay down. Stay in your place. Now, I didn't say I had all the answers. But like you, I'm starting to get tired of all the woke talk. Yeah, I get it. It's dope. It's dope to be sitting there kicking that knowledge and sharing the things that we've read and the things that we've learned. Right? But it's also stagnant. Right? It's stagnant if all we do is talk. All that lip flap. All that, we ain't African, we this and we that. Say a lot of black folk outside the continent. Y'all are not African. Those who are on the continent. All this divisive shit. Now see, I have to ask myself, when I hear these things, I have to ask myself, what are you not saying? And what you're not saying is, I'm scared. I'm scared of the real enemy. Both of them. One of your enemies, well, I'm not going to say your, I'm going to say ours, because we're all connected. One of our enemies is ourselves. A lot of us don't like who we see in the mirror. A lot of us believe in any and everything and all this shit. We don't believe in ourselves. I get a little tired of, well, I've been tired ever since I was a teenager. You get tired of listening to motherfuckers talking about Lord and Savior and this and that and that and this. And niggas don't even believe in themselves. There's a shortage of people who believe, serious shortage of people who believe in themselves. And then, of course, the other enemy is the establishment. Oh yeah, there is an agenda. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you swear up and down, oh, that's just some shit you woke niggas, you whatevers, you Muslims, that's how y'all talk. Even though I'm not a Muslim or whatever, that's how you Assalamu Alaikums talk. They swear that's what it is if you pick up a book and read. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I hear what you're not saying. You're scared of both enemies, yourself and the establishment. So, you aim the gun at your own. We got a whole enemy. I've said this 1,000 times. We got a whole enemy. But yet we bicker with one another. I'm FBA. I'm ADOS. I'm Pan-African. I'm Black nationalist. I'm Moor. I'm Muslim. I'm Christian. I'm Hebrew Israelite. I'm this. I'm that. I'm that. I'm this. I'm West Indian. I'm Nigerian. I'm from Ghana. I'm this. I'm that. I'm Igbo. I'm Yoruba. I'm Ewe. All this divisive shit when each and every last one of us got the same fucking enemy. And it ain't necessarily white. Our enemy ain't necessarily white. On the continent, a lot of Asians are treating black folk like shit. I hear what they're saying too. They're saying get the fuck out of here, nigga, and get your own shit. But we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. We go for the easy target, and that's each other. Take a look around. Go look at Twitter. I hear what you're not saying. I hear it. It's fear. So let's fight against one another instead of fighting the enemy. And I get it. Scared, it's fear. You know what I'm saying? When you motherfuckers pray, y'all don't even pray to get the balls to get your own shit. To make your own way. You pray to get accepted. Like, Lord, please show them the error of our ways. Lord, please, Jesus. Listen, I'm going to preach to y'all. Since y'all like this shit so much, I'm going to preach to y'all. Listen to your uncle. Give me a rag. Here we go. For my sweat. Somebody turn to your neighbor. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, we gotta stop. We gotta stop wishing things were easier and just strive to be better. Think about it. If everything that you started, amen, if everything that you started, whether it was a new diet, whether it was hitting the gym regularly or shooting your pistol. Yes, Lord, I said shooting your pistol, amen. At first it was hard, amen. You weren't that good, amen. You stunk, amen. Do you think it got easier? Fuck no. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, fuck no. You got better, fam. Yes, sir, you got better. Now let's sing a selection. Whew. Yes, sir. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, fuck no, you got better. Yes. So, good question, right? I'm going there again. What are we not saying in relationships? And real quick, ladies, I'm not mad at my mother. I don't need a hug. I'm not trying to get back at women. I'm not trying to ride the Kevin Samuels wave or anybody's wave. Y'all think a lot of men out here are repeating Kevin Samuels. No. If anything, Kevin Samuels is repeating us. All that brother's doing is just pointing out how we really feel, how we really think. And it's new. It's new. It's never, our ideas have never gotten this much attention before. Nobody's felt this comfortable voicing how we really feel. And it's not just black men, it's men, period. We're supposed to just be stoic and not feel shit. So when we show it or when we say something, y'all must be insecure, you must be this, you must be that, you sound like a chauvinist. Nah, just how we feel. Men entitled to feelings too. And you ain't gonna like all of them. So, that's my disclaimer. Okay, so I'm talking to right now, quote unquote, good women. Good women. That's what I'm talking to right now. Right? What are your thoughts on buying things for your dude? Right? Like essential stuff. Deodorant, toothpaste, supplements, like his elderberry, his Iris sea moss, all that other stuff. His vitamin C, zinc, stuff like that. Essentials. Cook, do laundry. You think that makes you a good woman? I don't know. Do you? Are those your thoughts? Do you validate yourself and say, shit, I do all these things? I mean, I know I'm a good woman. I know I buy this, I buy that, I buy this. I know I'm a good woman. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Talk to me. I said this once before. And this is important. In fact, it probably carries more weight than you buying a man things or buying us things, good women. It's important that we can talk to you. That's important for us to be able to talk to you. Which means it's important for you to listen. Yeah, you may be doing all this shit, but do you listen? Like, are you really listening? Do you listen to your dude? You know what I mean? Could you be the type that listen to everybody else, but as soon as your man start talking, you don't want to listen? You want to talk all over him? Can you even talk to him? You know what I mean? Like someone who's worth respecting? When you cook for him. Are you serving him a plate of food with an attitude? Like, nigga, you should be happy somebody making you dinner. I'm saying to do all those things make you a good woman. And not to sound ungrateful, but some of the things women buy, I'm not even necessarily sure if they know their man want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you buy things for your dude, but yet when he try to talk to you, he's met with hostility. You know what I mean? He can't talk to you. Does that make you a good woman? I don't know. I mean, the fuck I know about what makes a good woman? I'm a man, so I can't answer that. Sharazad Ali could.
The good black woman has self-discipline. That's self-control. Let me make that real for you, sisters. We can start with our mouth. The good black woman can control her mouth. She don't have to say everything that comes up. It's okay if he get the last word sometime. She don't cuss in public. And she works on not cussing in private. She don't tear a man down with her mouth because they can't out-argue us. Can't nobody out-argue us. I have charged that we nag our men too much. We keep our men's head tied up so much with our petty grievances about our personal relationship that he don't have time to think and plan for our future. Because he got to deal with what's going to happen with us every day. You know, it's real odd. When the black man come home, he almost have to do a wind test or stick his toe in the door. He don't know what's waiting. He don't know who in there today. He know it's a possibility that there's some kind of new monster that he didn't even know about yesterday. So, you know, we need to not make it like that. We need to not be so vicious with our mouth. You know, men are not petty like that. They're not going to out-argue us. And it has been proven that verbal abuse is just as harmful as physical abuse. So let's not use our mouth to do that to him. The good black woman is courteous. She says, thank you, baby. I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate every effort you make. Try harder. I'm going to work with you. Thank you. I know you did your best. Now that's a whole new language. But just to say that during the course of the day, every day, with the man that you're trying to be with or want to be with, will make our life easier. We can't get it if we don't give it. We keep wanting them to give us and do something for us that we refuse to do and give to them. It don't work like that. The good black woman has self-respect. She don't have to go out naked just to get the attention of a man. I have sisters all over the country, and they come up to me after the lectures, and they'll be talking to me, and they'll say, well, you know, all he think about is sex. All he think about is my body. I say, why don't you show him something else? And then here's the really good one. They'll come up and they'll have on a weave. They have on false eyelashes, another whole face, false fingernails, and all of that. And then they'll say, but I'm looking for a real man. The good black woman can pull a dress down without thinking that it devalues her. She doesn't have to use her body because she has so many other good attributes about herself to get the attention of a man. We can take the sisters in a position to take all of the charge and sexual energy out of the black community by just dressing differently. There are people who are angry with me because I even described the fact that some of us as sisters don't have the proper personal hygiene, as if that don't exist. We have too much falsehood and pretense going about our condition. Everybody that's dressed up ain't clean. You know, that's just the truth. We have to look at our condition in the light of truth. Stop reacting emotionally and pretending that just because we don't want to deal. One of the most difficult things that I deal with out here is trying to teach our people the difference between an actual fact and an opinion. Our people think that they can accept or reject truth based on how they feel about it. Your feelings don't change the truth. The truth is just going to be there. You can feel any kind of way you want to feel about it. Those kind of emotions have kept us from growing. Because anything we don't like, we just reject that and say, well, I don't believe that. That don't mean that it's not the truth. It just makes you a disbeliever. The good black woman practices non-possessive loving. Now, y'all know that's a hard one. Now, envy is wanting what someone else has. And jealousy, of course, is just selfishness. Non-possessive loving is not an easy one for us to practice. And, of course, I have a lot of sisters and some brothers who are in disagreement with me saying that. But the actual fact is that our men are outnumbered about 5 to 1. And nature is going to require that the men take responsibility for more than one woman and her children. Most of our men have children by more than one woman anyway. So I don't know why that was such a surprise, allegedly, when I said that. The black man has not been waiting on me to tell him he could have more than one woman. You know, I'm in agreement with the rest of y'all. I don't think he should do that, but I feel like you did. There are some things perhaps about the nature of our man that we have been given some definitions about that are not true. There are some things he can do that we call him a dog. We do not have the same capabilities as a man. I am not talking about fornication and adultery. That's something else. I'm talking about actual responsibility of fatherhood and husbandhood of another family. That's quite different from fornication and adultery. We don't have the same capabilities of them. I tell the brothers, just like I tell the sisters, if you have a woman that you've been working with for months or years, and you can't get that woman to get in agreement with your program, then get rid of her and get another one. And I tell the sisters the same thing. If you're with a man you can't agree with, don't make his life miserable. Get with a man you can agree with. But we spend too much time living in hell with each other. We spend too much time tearing each other down, trying to make the other person do different or function different. If you want somebody to change, first change yourself. We set the example. We are the teacher. We are the mother. We set the example.
But good women, let's be honest though. Again, not to sound ungrateful, because I'm extremely grateful. But I'm just, listen to this is just how men think. Don't get upset with me. Listen to your uncle. Right? Or tell you what, go ask a guy friend or your brother or some men that you cool with. You know what I mean? And ask them some of those things, how they feel. Let's be honest. What are you really doing for him that he can't do for himself? Again, not to sound ungrateful, but what are you doing for him that he can't do for himself? What are you doing besides saving him a trip to the store to get those things for himself? You know what I'm saying? Just put it in perspective. What are you doing for this man that's life-changing? Okay, true, he might not be doing that for you either. But what are you doing that's life-changing? Just a question. You know? Some women are real big on talking about the money that they have. I dated a broad once, some years ago. Actually before my third wife. And I can't remember exactly what we was talking about, but somewhere along the lines, I asked her what she thought about me when we first met. You know, just kicking it, probably on a Sunday, not really doing much, sitting around scratching my butt, and the same for her, right? So I asked her, I was like, yeah, what'd you think of me when we first met? And her response was, she said, you had potential. I ain't really asked her what she meant. I should have. So then she returned fire, meaning she asked me the same question. Well, what did you think of me when we first met? And shit, I returned fire. But yet was truthful and said, you had potential too. You had potential, babe. Shit. She lost her fucking mind. She lost her mind. She was like, shit, I got a good career. You know what I mean? I drive a Beamer, got a condo. Shit, I got good credit. Shit, fuck you mean I got potential? Shit, I'm a good woman. I know my worth. That's what she said. Almost as if she based, her being a good woman off what she did for a living and the things that she had. So I said to her, because I had known her before she got, her condo. Right? So I asked her, I said, yo, do you think you'd be a good woman if you still lived over in those apartments? Pushing the Ford Focus? She said, yeah. I said, well, then that's probably what you should be bragging about, or what you should hang your hat on. Not the things that you have. Ladies, listen, you're accomplished, and that's what's up. Probably came from some serious humble beginnings, the hood. Your pops probably wasn't around, and some of you, your moms wasn't even around. So I get it. But throwing your career and your degrees and the things you have in a man's face, men don't really care about that shit. We're trying to get to know you. Give a fuck about the shit you got. Can't fuck your car. I can't fuck your degree. I can't fuck your condo. I'm trying to get next to you. And in all honesty, again, this is how men think. You gotta take my word for it. This is how men think. I'm sure there's some other variables. Some men will say, nah, I don't know what you're talking about, bruh. But I bet you there's more dudes who say, yeah, I feel you. I feel you, fam. But here it is. The type of men that care about the money you make are men who need a place to stay. You know what I mean? They're going through some things, financial things, of course, and they need a place to lay their head. They make a little something where they can help out with the bills around there. Some of them see that as an opportunity. Since you leading with how much money you make and all your accomplishments, he's thinking, shit, I can get her to co-sign and get me a whip. Or, man, if I lay the pipe good enough, I could stay with her. And if she's feeling my plight, she just may be inclined to say, you know what, don't worry about paying no bills. You just finish school. This gives you an opportunity to go to trade school, HVAC, the nursing program. So you can get your dough up. Some dudes just want to promote their mixtape. And then some just want to freeload. I ain't really talking about them. Those are the dudes who really care about how much money you make and the things you have and this, that, and the third. Because then they can benefit from that as well. You know what I mean? Like men who's got their own little situation. Those things don't really, it's cool, but it don't really mean nothing to them like that. It don't really mean a whole lot. It's like, oh man, that's what's up. That's about all. You understand? And listen, for men who are the breadwinners, ladies, hey, listen, just because a man fronts all the bills don't make him a good dude. Not necessarily. He could be Trump tight with all the bills, but he could be knocking you upside the head. He could be beating your ass. So what am I not saying? Okay? What is Uncle Ra not saying? Or in this case, I'm asking, what is a man without money to you, good woman? What is a man without money to you? You know, a man provides more than that, right? I've said this before. A man provides protection. Just think about it. Protection. Yeah, I'm sure some of y'all kickboxing, you know what I mean? Women are working out, they core strong, yeah. But you'll never be stronger than a man. Never. And that's levels to strength, because some men are stronger than other men. But if you got the type of man that's vowed to protect you, like I vowed to protect mine, a man provides protection and structure. If a man is in his right mind. But I've already done that. But anyway, so brothers. Well, no, I'm still talking to the good women. What good are you to your man or a man? outside of pussy. Outside of things he can do for himself. Outside of buying him essentials and cook, which are things that he can do himself. Outside of that, what do you do for your guy? Do you inspire him? Do you know when he's like, man, just not feeling 100%? Maybe some things he trying to do just ain't working. You know, maybe he's a business owner, small business owner, and got things popping off at the gig. Or something seem like it's going to pop off, but then it don't. I can weigh on a man. Can he talk to you? Will you listen to him? Can you, I don't know, can you give him some ideas? Some fresh ideas? What else is good about a woman besides the puss? You know what I'm saying? That's what really, hey, men should be asking that too. Outside of money, what do I bring? And like I said, if you're in your right mind, then it's protection, structure, and whatever else you have to offer. Outside of bringing money. Money is the easy part, actually. All I gotta do is just make it, and bam, there it is. But who are you? Like, what else are you? What else do you have to offer? Money's big, I'm just saying. But what else? Pussy's good. But you get pussy anywhere. Pussy easy. That's easy. All it takes is a compliment and a smile. I don't give a fuck how much money she make and how classy she thinks she is. The right guy smiles and gives her a compliment, them panties gonna come tumbling down. Listen to your uncle. I get it, man. I get it. Relationships are work. Love is messy. Look, y'all bugging off what I'm saying. Trust me, it's all the truth. I ain't just talking out the side of my neck. This isn't a realization I came to yesterday. This is from years and years of going through some things. Listen, every time y'all hear me speak on things like this, you're listening to a former simp. I got dudes in my chair. I've had dudes in my chair for years and years and years. So I ain't just talking out the side of my neck, and I ain't just talking about some things that I don't know nothing about. I know what I'm talking about. When you see an old couple, 20, 30, maybe 40 years in, 50 years in, that's kind of rare now. I'm sure it's still out there, but 50 years in, the fuck you think happened? Let me ask it again. When you see a couple that's got like 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 years in, what the fuck you think happened? You think it was all roses and sunshine? No, hell no. Okay? Somebody cheated. Either him or her, maybe both. Somebody fucked somebody. Hey, somebody got some strain. Somebody got some new pussy. Somebody went out and got fucked. Somebody said, shut the fuck up. Somebody said, I'm sick of you. Somebody might have gotten hit. Yeah, like slapped. Maybe yoked up. If you know, you know. You know, some motherfuckers try to act all, you know what I mean? Shit, that ain't never happened to me. Shit, ain't no man ever put this, yeah, whatever. I ain't talking to y'all then. But somebody may have gotten hit. Yoked up. Watch your goddamn mouth, woman. Don't you ever talk to me like that again. Yeah, somebody might have gotten hit. Somebody might have gotten disappointed. Somebody got hurt emotionally. Somebody wasn't there when the other needed them. But somebody, as a result of being with each other, found their purpose. Somebody changed and evolved for the better. Somebody still made the choice to love. Somebody said, I ain't going nowhere. Somebody said, we're going to work this shit out. We some runners now. Takes one to know one. Man, my walk away game is strong. I mean strong. I'm still working on that. Still working on it. I know I'm not the only one. The problem is, we want the roses and the sunshine, but not the shit and the shade. Let me say that again. We run because we want the roses and the sunshine, but not the shit and the shade. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, the shit and the shade. The shit and the shade. We so prideful. I'm independent. I'm self-made. What are we not saying? That we ain't got a goddamn clue. And we need some therapy. Women say what type of men they want. Fine. The fuck? Battery must be dying. Women say what type of men they want. Fine. Men say what type of woman they want. It causes an uproar. Cam Newton says, what he wants in a woman, gives his opinion on how a woman should move. Women go ape shit. Tashina Arnold, better known as Pam or Martin, she says something about how black women, how black men are going through things and how black women should comfort them or something to that effect. I tried looking for it earlier, but for whatever reasons I couldn't find it. And black women roasted her ass because she was speaking highly of black men. Her tweet, had the energy of actually caring about the mental health of black men, and she got roasted for that shit. What are you not saying? If you a small business owner and you got folk working in your establishment, but say, for example, you know me, I'm going to use myself. Say your brother from another mother is lounging in the shop or you cutting some hair. And you got another barber. And one of his clients, who was once incarcerated, sees your little brother and recognizes him because he works, in the system, in the prison system. So he sees him. Oh, you the one who didn't let me take a shower, Holmes. You didn't let me take a shower, Holmes. A shower. With some hostility, with, like he wanted problems, always. And of course, little brother was like, yeah, so what, nigga? What you want to do? And I'm glad he came with that energy, too. I'm glad he met the energy like that. So my barber at the time, who's no longer here, so I say to him, I say, yo, you need to talk to your man. Because after that, dude tried to come back in, and I told the dude, said, nah, you can't come in here with that energy. You can't come in here. So I tell my barber, I'm like, yo, might want to talk to your man. You know what I mean? Give him a little talk, let him know, don't come in here with that. And his response was, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. He works here. He has a client who's unruly. Right? And says, it's not his problem. I ain't got nothing to do with that. What is that person not saying? Now, this is your establishment. Put yourself there. Something like that happens, and one of your employees says, that ain't got nothing to do with him. That's not his problem. And this is your establishment. What is that man not saying? He's saying, fuck you. Fuck you. That's between y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. You on your own. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you telling me for? Gotta listen to what people are not saying. I had this one barber who also no longer works here. Well, I have many barbers that used to work here who no longer work here. I had one barber who apparently was on that shit. Another barber who worked right next to him. Okay? Once I found out that the one barber was on that shit, I happened to talk to another barber about, you ever notice anything going on? Oh, nope, I never noticed nothing. I said, wow, you should probably pay more attention to your surroundings, brother. He said, for what? For what? For what? I said, what do you mean for what? He said, yeah, I may have noticed some strange behavior, whatever. But I'm going to pay attention to that for what? What is that person not saying? This is your establishment now. What is that person not saying? No, yeah, listen. They're not subject to lose the same thing I'm going to lose. Nah, I don't think that's too sensitive. Don't say things like that to your uncle. I listen to what people are not saying. I'm hearing, fuck you and your establishment, Rashidi. Look, man. Any place I've worked, I don't even have to like management or the supervisor or my job, period. If I'm working there and a friend of mine starts bugging out, I find that my responsibility to go, hey, yo, fam, I work here, man. Fuck is you doing? I work here. Hey, listen, man, you can't come here with that shit, fam. If you feel that hard about it, if you feel that serious about it, yo, catch that man when he come out of here. If it's that serious, catch him on his way out. If you can't live it down, do that. But you can't bring that up. You can't bring that up in here. You fucking my shit up. Come on, man. And if I see some shit popping off, I don't think I could say to a business owner of an establishment, for what? The fuck you mean, for what? Pay attention to what's going on around you. We're in this shit together. That's where I'm coming from. Case in point, some years ago, I had this little candy machine. right? With this one brother, and it was his machine. We was in on it together. It was here in my barbershop. He disappeared. Was gone for a long ass time, for over a year. To the point to where I couldn't get in contact with him, so I changed the locks on the thing, took off the old ones, put new lock, filled it up with new candy when it needed it. So one day out the blue, he decided he wanted to come back and he wanted his machine back. By this time, I'm like, nah, man, nah. Nope. I've been the one taking care of it all this time. You was gone. I ain't know where you was. It's my shit now. Right? So he had his lady with him or whatever. Long story short, we ended up in like a tug of war with this machine, right? I wasn't about to let him walk up out of here with that candy machine. This was my shit now. So one barber that I had here at the time, his name was Frank, right? So me and this dude, we're grabbing at the machine, and when I looked over at Frank already understood the assignment. It was almost like, as I looked, Frank was already, this is Frank. Frank was already heading to the door, and he locked the door. Frank already knew what time it was. He went and locked the motherfucking door. That motherfucker was not getting out of here with this candy machine. So we had a standoff. I let the machine go because you ain't coming up out of here without it. And I dare you break the glass. He ain't have it in him. He ain't had that kind of heart. But Frank wouldn't lock that door. He already knew what it was. There was another barber that was in here at the same time. He was over there at his barber chair looking shook. So, it was a standoff for a minute. Frank got on the phone with a homie and, talked to him about what was going on. And then, dude, I guess he must have told him, nah, fam, you can't lock the door. That'll be kidnapping or whatever. So we unlocked the door. And eventually after the talk, it was like, man, it's not worth it. We let the man take the shit. Turns out the man had been locked up. And, you know what I mean? He really wasn't dodging the whole situation. So we ended up just backing off. It was a crazy situation. Yeah. But my point is, Frank didn't have to do that. Frank did not have to do that. Frank could have said, hey, for what? Frank could have said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Nah, Frank held me down. There was no two ways of who he was rocking with. Sure, he didn't have to do that, but he works here. I'm holding it the fuck down. He was from Chicago too. He was from the West Side. But Chicago nonetheless. Now, what was he not saying? What he didn't say was, I got you, bro. I'ma hold shit down. Start asking yourself what people are not saying. You just might find out who's rocking with you and who's not. Frank was rocking with me. Word. Shout out to Frank. Dead ass. Y'all ever thought about female rappers, lady rappers? You know what I'm saying? You ever thought about what they're not saying to other women? When they talk about hot girl summer, fuck men. But when they get done making that song, making that video, they go home to a husband. You know what I'm saying? What are they not saying? $50. It's got this book. It's been out for a while. It's been out for a hot little minute. I listened to the audio book. It's called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, something like that, right? And in this book, he talks about how he don't really pop bottles like that. You know what I mean? Like, people could look at his videos and you know what I mean? They could look at his videos and probably say, yeah, he does. He does pop bottles. But according to his book, and look, he could be lying, but I'm going to go ahead and give that brother the benefit of the doubt. Right? He would have a bartender or whoever handling that, right, take like a bottle of champagne, empty it out, and replace it with ginger ale. Right? So you see him drinking and having a good time and playing the game, but he ain't drunk. He's on his square. What is he not saying? What is the female rapper not saying? And listen, all of this is subjective, by the way. It's subjective, right? The female rapper, for the most part, is saying, shh, bitch, I have to say this shit because if I don't, my shit won't sell. 50 Cent, when it come to his music or just the way he move with the bottles, it's full of ginger ale. You understand? I can get next to you and be accepted more if I play the game and do the dumb shit that y'all want to see. Blend in with you motherfuckers. I think I seen Gucci Mane some years ago on some late night talk show. Right? And he talked about he don't be doing drugs and shit. He might talk about it in some of his songs or whatever, but he don't do that shit. There's a few rappers who don't do the drugs they talk about in their songs. What are they not saying? I'm just doing this. I say that shit so you ignorant niggas will hear me. Making sense don't make money. BET. You think BET is still here because nobody's watching it? All those shows that some of us would call stereotypical, they not just getting played. They're getting watched. It's here because, I don't in particular, but we're all connected. It's here because we like that shit. The Real Housewives of whatever, say whatever you want to say about it. It's not still here just to be here. It's here because people are watching that shit. What are you not saying? So look, like I said, I'm fresh off a workout and I'm about to get out of here. You know what I mean? About to get out of here. But I just want to leave with a quote. Leave you with a quote. And I'm not necessarily sure whose quote this is. But the quote reads as follows. A sheep will spend his entire life fearing the wolf, only to be eaten by the shepherd. Take your time with that. What are you not saying? I'm the God Rashidi, and this is Hoodies. Ayy.
I don't even know what a lane is.
Ain't nobody calling.
See no box neither.
Ain't nobody calling motherfucking phone.
Welcome to Hoodies, the podcast. We go for deep with the
Ain't
blast.
nobody calling motherfucking phone.
Universal.
Ain't nobody calling.
Hold on, we on? Yeah, we on. One more check. We got the locks back. Are we back? Yeah!